Welcome back if you're a fan of the channel, and hey, if you're new here, welcome. In under a month, we have a new Pokemon TCG set dropping, the second in the Scarlet and Violet era, Paldea Evovled. There are some interesting cards in this set, and I want to go over my favorites. So enjoy and let me know what cards you're excited to pull from this set. We get the Paldean starters in this set, and maybe the most interesting is Skeledirge EX. It has a whopping 340 HP, and its main attack, Burning Voice, is 270 minus damage for 2 energy. The attack does 10 less damage for each damage counter on Skeledirge, hence the minus. I haven't been around the TCG that long, but I can't remember a card that does minus damage. We've seen plenty of pluses, but I've never seen a minus. If you know of one, let me know in the comments below. But this card is really intriguing to me. With cards like Magma Basin and Armarouge, we can get energy out of this card, put damage counters on something like Radiant Heatran, and then move the energy up to Skeledirge. The energy cost is low, so you can get multiple of these set up. Now, keeping it from being damaged is a little tricky, but with cards like Cheryl and the new Oricorio from this set, which has an ability to remove 20 damage from your active Pokemon, and possibly an item like Emergency Jelly, you have some outs to get damage off of Skeledirge and continue to hit hard. Sticking with the starters, we move over to Quaquaval. 320 HP, and its big attack hitting for 230 for a water and a colorless energy. You do need to move 2 energy back to your hand as a downside. There's one card in this set that I think might sync up well with Quaquaval EX, and that's Baxcalibur. It's a stage 2 evolution, but its ability allows you to attach a basic water energy from your hand to a Pokemon. With this up and running and having a proper amount of energy in your hand, you can continue to hit for 230 easily. Wrapping up the starters, we have Mouscarada, the only one with an ability in the trio. You need to discard a grass energy to put 3 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon. As for its attack, it costs 2 colorless energy to hit for 100 plus, and if your opponent's active Pokemon have damage counters on it, you get an additional 120. Pairing that with its ability, you can swing for 220 pretty easily. There's some other cards that can help spread some damage around, like Radiant Alakazam and even Hawlucha from the Scarlet and Violet base set to get some more damage counters on your opponent. Out of the 3, I'm pretty interested in Skeledirge and Quaquaval. I'm still debating what use these have exactly, but the starters are interesting and it's cool to see them get EX cards. If you're enjoying the content so far, drop a sub and a like, it really helps the channel grow. We also get EX cards for the Treasure of the Ruins Pokemon, and out of the 4, there's only one that really interests me. Chien-Pao. Chien-Pao's ability lets you search the deck for 2 water energy if it's in the active spot, and put them into your hand. You could possibly pair this with the Quaquaval and Baxcalibur combo mentioned earlier, and maybe we got something going. On top of that, its attack isn't bad either, similar to Raichu V, where you do 60 damage for each water energy you discard. I'm admittedly not a great deck builder, but I'm curious to see if this trio is viable. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Next up is Mimikyu. Mimikyu in this set gives the ability Safeguard, which prevents all damage by attacks from your opponent's EX and Pokemon V Pokemon, which is a huge card that will force decks to run some non-EX V Pokemon. Whether this is used to do damage or just stall, I think this card will see some play. The last basic Pokemon cards we're going to talk about are these 3, Wattrel, Flamigo, and Murkrow. I'm less excited for the cards themselves and more for the attacks that they all share. Wings of Unity. Wings of Unity does 20 times the amount of Pokemon with Wings of Unity that are in the discard pile. With 3 basic Pokemon having this move, that gives us 12 options to either use as attackers or as cards to discard. This is similar to an old deck called Night March that Joltik had, and it was popular then. Flamigo also has the ability where you can search your deck for the 3 remaining Flamigo and put them in your hand, which lets you either try to discard them or to get 2 on the bench. Murkrow can use Wings of Unity for 1 dark energy, while Flamigo and Wattrel are 2 colorless. So my initial thought process was just running dark energy for this deck and trying to use Murkrow as the main attacker, but really you can use any of them. And with Gardevoir EX being popular, you have an easy weakness in Murkrow. Also, with Wattrel, we have a second option to gain weakness if the deck ends up being water. I'm curious to see what people come up with this deck, and truthfully, I think this is the one that I want to run once the set drops. We also get some new trainers and some special energies in this set. A new Boss's Orders, which looks dope. We get Iono, which works like N in previous sets, and Super Rod, which is an upgrade for retrieval from the discard pile. There's also 4 new special energies. Jet Energy, which if you play onto a bench Pokemon, you can switch that Pokemon in. Luminous Energy, which provides 1 of any type of energy unless the Pokemon has another special energy on it. Therapy Energy, which doesn't allow the Pokemon to be confused, go to sleep, or paralyzed, and cures them if they are when it's attached. And probably the most interesting one to me, Reversal Energy, which if you have more prize cards than your opponent, it will provide 3 of any type of energy. If not, it's just a single colorless. I can see this card making some big plays, as if players are able to get it set up early, it might force other players to not take knockouts. Or it might just be what you need to come back after being down. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're excited for Paldea Evovled. Let me know what cards you're looking forward to and what decks you're interested in trying. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.